Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's the AFC Wildcard round on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled. So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38 to the ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Jerry Tillery. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Take it at the 37. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A second down completion got them 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Second down and 10.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
At their own 25-yard.
And now back out comes the offense. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They know that. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January. But, hey, here's the bottom line. There's 18 other teams that wouldn't mind being in this spot right about now.
Yeah, and you had to stick it to them, didn't you? Those 18 who are sitting at home right now. But you're exactly right about that. Your point about how daunting this is well taken, because it all depends on their mindset at this point. How do they break it down so they're not looking at this whole big road and saying to themselves, we've got no shot. You've got to break it down to this game right now. Win this one, then worry about the rest of them after this.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
The tackle made.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Number 32.
Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
On the deep ball. It's now 2nd and 10.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to take another shot here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's 2nd and inches at the 40-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him. But he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 39-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big-time play there for the Texans. 47 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 13 yards out, and the Texans have retaken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Tillery able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jerry Tillery able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in the zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, but now it's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 6 yards away. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
It's good to make it 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he fields it cleanly. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Jerry Tillery bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And it's 3rd down.
So we're at halftime of this. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Houston set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Texans will extend their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And the lead is now 24. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. Past the 20, 10. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And he'll bang that one through. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now...
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jerry Tillery make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 8 yards in the completion, but now they face third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. It's taken to the 26. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
He's taken down at the
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Kaimi Fairbairn.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain.
Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jerry Tillery, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just about on his own goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Texans capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool.
The pass.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive 1st down plays.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
And the Steelers on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. And that will be incomplete.
Incomplete from the contest.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
29-yard line.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there.
From the gun on third, Watson. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jerry Tillery in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just... And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
At the 48.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just